Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Friday, October 11th, General Hospital teasers indicate that Martin Gray will make a comeback to Pentonville and bring good news to Alexis Davis. Martin will insist that Alexis leave by the end of the day, so he ought to find out more about the gun that turned up at the PCPD and let her know. Anna Devane would naturally have this rifle checked as she assumes it is the one that Alexis mentioned would clear her. All of this, though, might intensify the pressure on Sonny Corinthos because Anna will need to concentrate on another suspect. When Anna calls Carly Spencer to the station to question her about her alibi, she will inquire as to whether Carly would be willing to revise her account of the events of the night agent John Jagger Cates was slain. In another scene, Dante Falconeri will question Christina Corinthos Davis about her level of faith in Sonny and whether or not she can carry out his instructions. Dante might encourage Christina to listen to Sonny and let him handle things because she almost gave away too much to the police once more. Sonny can be heard yelling in Friday's GH teaser that Cates had to be stopped and that he still won't feel bad about going too far. However, based on General Hospital spoilers, Sonny is expected to make a big decision. As a result, he may find himself inclined to carry out his plan of confession nonetheless, particularly if the police continue to question Carly and Christina about what actually transpired that evening. Naturally, there's a chance the police will question the legitimacy of the pistol that appeared out of nowhere to erase Alexis's record. It may appear a bit too easy and cast question on if this is the actual weapon that Alexis used to dispose of that evening. Sonny will need to decide what to do next because the inquiry is far from over, regardless of the outcome. Brad Cooper will then become friends with Cody Bell and discover that it's very easy to talk to him. After learning about Brad's problems, Cody might be able to provide some insightful guidance on Lucas Jones and the drama surrounding Portia Robinson at GH. Elizabeth Baldwin will be contacted in the interim regarding a subpoena that has been sent to the hospital concerning Heather Weber. When Portia learns about that, she might worry that all of this investigation would reveal her as the one who altered Heather's test results. You can guarantee that despite Ava Jerome's best efforts, Portia will continue to be on edge as she tries to cover things up. Ava will receive an unexpected visit at the gallery and inquire as to the purpose behind it. We'll see if Lucas shows up for a heated confrontation with his aunt, who he hasn't seen since returning to Port Charles, or if it's someone else. Whatever happens, Ava won't be happy with how this awkward encounter turns out, so stay tuned for more dramatizing details. Spoilers for General Hospital indicate that a lot of discussion has focused on Christina Corinthos Davis' mental health and her threshold for stress. The baby's death devastated Christina, and her ongoing conflict with Molly Lansing Davis hasn't made things any better. Christina is now concerned about Sonny Corinthos possibly replacing Alexis Davis in Pentonville during her present stay. Concerned about Christina's capacity to handle a trial are Sonny and Alexis. The night Sonny shot John Jagger Cates, Christina came dangerously close to erasing him from the map herself. Though it's obvious that Christina has been spinning out a lot lately, GH fans haven't seen anything yet. Given her already volatile emotions, Christina is prone to acting impulsively and making poor choices. Regretfully, the show is about to take a turn that will completely shock Christina and possibly push her over the edge. According to GH spoilers, Sam McCall's exit is quickly coming, therefore it's time to start planning for the fallout and what will happen to her family. Given that Sam's terrible destiny appears to be the focal point of her dramatic leaving arc, we ought to consider the consequences for Christina, Molly, Alexis, and all of Sam's close friends and family. Given that Christina hasn't had time to heal from everything else that has happened in her life lately, she should be more devastated by the Sam tragedy. Christina has had a difficult few months, so she's not in the best of moods already. Depending on the circumstances surrounding Sam's death, Christina can come to believe that she is to blame for it. In any event, Christina will undoubtedly spiral out of control, thus a mental health stay may be necessary. With Sam's tragic conclusion, Christina might lose it and require expert assistance to find a way back to normalcy. Christina may need to spend some time in a psychiatric facility before she can learn how to manage her life and go on. We'll keep you informed on Christina's future as our GH forecast suggests that things may become worse before they get better in terms of her mental health. keep checking back to see how this terrible news affects Christina, as General Hospital spoilers indicate that Sam's terrible leave will have a lot of repercussions. According to General Hospital spoilers, Martin Gray has provided Alexis Davis with some significant information on Jack Brennan's past relationships. Martin's research indicates that Brennan is a real player, seeing a different girl in each place. Martin was therefore excited to use the photo that his PI took of Carly Spencer walking into Brennan's room. It cast doubt on Carly's alibi that she provided Sonny Corinthos regarding their reunion and made her appear like Brennan's flavor of the month. Brennan may be prepared to let go of his playboy habits because it appears that he has fallen deeply in love with Carly. Still, Brennan's past of mistreating and exploiting women can come back to haunt him. In the event that flirting were an Olympic sport, Brennan would undoubtedly take home the gold. Brennan is obviously quite charming, therefore he has undoubtedly caused a lot of heartache in his wake. Martin mentioned that Brennan had a lot of past romantic partners, so it's an intriguing possibility to think about. What happens if Brennan's ex-girlfriend develops jealousy and possibly even resentment? Perhaps Brennan misled the wrong woman into believing she was the one. If so, Carly might eventually become a target. Carly might be in danger from a stalker if GH writers feel that a new story is necessary to draw Carly and Brennan even closer. Unknown person could mistreat Carly and put her in danger until Brennan's ex-girlfriend is eventually exposed. It's not difficult to picture the show luring a well-known soap opera actress for a brief appearance. Another thing that could stand in Carly's way of a future with Brennan is someone blowing into Port Charles and creating turmoil. In any event, it's interesting that Martin brought up the idea of a spiteful ex's PC appearance, which raises the prospect of a different girl in every town. According to General Hospital spoilers, fans of the show have been reacting strongly to the dialogue in the October 10th episode on social media. Diane Miller stated something that infuriated a lot of viewers when she told Jason Morgan that she also loved Sonny Corinthos. Diane persisted, "We both know there beats a heart of gold underneath that gruff exterior." That is, of course, somewhat accurate given that Sonny exhibits a tender side from time to time. Despite being a mobster, Sonny is shown as a figure with mixed morality rather than a complete evil. Spoilers for Monday, October 14th's episode of General Hospital indicate that Molly Lansing Davis will meet up with Dex Heller and discuss any potential positive news. Molly might be optimistic about Alexis Davis's release, but Christina Corinthos Davis will still be concerned that Sonny Corinthos will end up behind bars. Alexis will, however, exert pressure on Christina to acknowledge that Sonny committed the crime and should serve his sentence. Alexis will argue that Sonny must rescue them as he is the one who brought them into this situation. Naturally, there have been some recent events that may have an impact on Sonny's intention to confess. Knowing about the gun the police now have puts Dante Falconeri in a difficult situation. Conversely, if Sonny had known the police could exonerate Alexis, he would not have had any incentive to provide information to the FBI. Dante hurried in and stated he needed to speak with Sonny, even though Sonny had just arrived at the PCPD to proceed. It appears that Anna Devane is already skeptical, but perhaps Dante won't have to give up his badge after all. Eventually, Martin Gray will storm into the police station, demanding to know what information is available regarding the evidence and why he was not informed of it. Martin might learn of the information in another method, which would allow him to thwart Sonny's confession. There's no indication in the spoilers that Dante will suffer consequences related to his employment, even if he manages to disclose the information to Sonny. Whatever happens, Sonny might decide at the last minute that he doesn't need to give himself in and retract his confession. Since it has been established that the gun, which was registered to Sonny and contained residue associated with spending a few weeks in Blackstone Canyon, wasn't used to kill John Jagger Cates, Alexis will be released without charge. Elizabeth Baldwin will wonder what she's been gotten into this time by someone. Terry Randolph might be the one to entice Liz into a captivating scenario that sparks yet another discussion over Lucky Spencer. Brad Cooper just discovered that Portia Robinson was responsible for Heather Weber's manipulation of the lab results after doing some research in the lab. In the GH teaser video from Monday, Brad can be seen bragging about discovering something intriguing, but Portia might not be the first to receive updates. Could Brad instead include Rick Lansing in the informational loop as he was the one who initially advocated for it? Given that Brad assured Curtis Ashford he would defend his family, maybe Rick will press Brad to stand in for Portia. Curtis will meet with Rick later and tell him that he should be informed about the course of this, likely referring to Heather's case and the current situation. Rumor has claimed that Rick will reveal shocking information, which could include acknowledging that Portia falsified Heather's test results in order to keep her imprisoned. Even while Rick might maintain that he's handled things, he might still be concerned about Brad's sincerity in keeping his lips shut. In any scenario, Portia will soon get confused, so she might discover that the lab incident was determined to be a system error or something similar. Brad might tell Portia about the cover-up at some point in the next episodes and urge her to treat him a little more civilly around GH. Brad might make a vow to Portia that if she gets fired, she would also lose her job. Portia would love to see Brad fired. Stay tuned for further surprises that our forecasts indicate Portia may soon reveal. On General Hospital, Sonny and Lucky didn't have a good week. As Sonny prepared to go to prison to keep Alexis from being prosecuted for the murder he committed, Lucky received the news that he was powerless to help his sister. The most important query is if Dante will betray his badge in order to save his father. Ironically, Cates came back to Port Charles with the intention of eliminating Sonny for good, and it appears that he could have been successful. To obtain what he desired, Sonny had to murder him. I hope he's content in the hereafter. Amazingly, a gun that matched the one Alexis had been spotted getting rid of materialized in a brown box outside the PCPD as Sonny prepared to confess in order to save Alexis. Naturally, Sonny and Jason were talking about how this lost gun needed to turn up in order to save Alexis the day before. So, fabricated proof? The serial numbers matched Sonny's missing gun, which might clear Alexis, Anna said on Friday's episode. Obviously, those statistics were manipulated with. Apart from the shocking revelation that Sonny intended to confess, what? Accept accountability for one of his numerous transgressions? Diane also instructed Jason to get Sonny to give himself in by betraying him. Diane is aggressively opposing Sonny, who would have guessed that this day would come? Naturally, Sonny was already going to confess, but their talk gave Jason one of his best experiences in a long time. Stone Cold bemoaned the fact that Sonny and Carly's fate is more important than his own, and that he should have killed Cates when he had the chance. Diane corrected him, telling him that his life is just as valuable as anyone else's and that his sons wouldn't want to hear their father say that. Diane, you tell him, please. It has been annoying and, to be honest, repulsive that Jason prioritizes Carly and Sonny over Sam, himself, and his own kids. The most shocking moment, however, may have occurred on Friday's episode when Dante contemplated compromising his morals, his badge, and his police work to advise Sonny against confessing because the PCPD possessed information that may clear Alexis, which they were withholding in the hopes that he would come forward. Whoa! So, Dante is another person who is assisting Sonny in getting away with murder once more. I never imagined that today would come. Hopefully, Dante decides against it. We are not going to know until Monday. Still, a perplexing question. Why would Sonny have to confess if he and Jason had set up the gun's appearance at the PCPD? Did someone else provide the fake firearm? Who, if so? Or is Sonny leading everyone to believe that he is going to admit to doing some kind of ruse? Since coming back to Port Charles, Lucky's tale has gotten a little better, but his behavior has been appalling. He hasn't exactly proved that he has learned anything or grown, from destroying Bobby's diner to pleading with Jason for assistance in getting back to Africa. Not yet, anyhow. I predicted last week that Lucky wouldn't be able to return Valentine and Charlotte by giving Lulu a portion of his liver. Olivia turning to Nina to tell people about Lulu means that Valentine will eventually hear about it, right? Given that Ethan was also identified as not being a match, Charlotte is the last blood relative who could assist Lulu. The reunion between Aiden and Lucky was finally shown to us, and I'm relieved that Aiden's story hasn't been changed. His coming out to his father and Lucky's acceptance of him as his son were heartwarming and perfectly executed. This added to Lucky's frustration when he felt like running away again. But he's not going to run away once he's reunited with Laura. Laura practically forced him to stand by her side in the event that they had to bid Lulu farewell. It was great to see them again, and I appreciated her comment that she always knew he would need to leave Port Charles in order to prosper, but that he would come back when needed most. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.